Just checking to see if this would work. Good evening from Zanzibar at 6:13 p.m. I'm on my personal phone, not my local phone. And so sometimes when you're on your US phone, depending on your plan, it might you might not be able to go live. It's not like when you're in the States necessarily, where there's just 4 and 5G everywhere. And so you don't always have a signal. So not gonna be on here too long. Been a busy day of editing, and here, let me flip it back. It's been a busy day of editing and work. Just got finished doing some work with Daniel. I just wanted to come out here. I didn't know that Tide. I think Tide is coming in. So this is really nice. So just wanted to get some R&R. Man, editing can take a lot out of you, whether it's writing or video. So sitting down forever and ever, can take a toll. But if this was going to work, I just thought I'd show you some nature and talk about something I'm working on. Really, my whole family is, but I'm the one on camera. Kidogo Kidogo. That's Swahili for slow, slow. I guess for kind of taking your time. Something I'm working on that I hope can be a blessing because other people I know are working on it. A calm nervous system, just like the title says. Working on a calm nervous system, trying to be like water, trying to be like this ocean here. I'm gonna have to do this for the rest of my life. All of us do. Sometimes the time zones can be a drag because I'm like 7 to 8 hours ahead of the East Coast of the United States, even longer from the West Coast. I think I'm like 11 or 12 hours ahead of Los Angeles. Sometimes time zones when doing work and talking to friends and family back in the States can be a drag. Sometimes getting used to not always having strong signal, just out and about whenever you want, like you can in the States. Sometimes that can be a drag because it's inconvenient. What's another inconvenience? Um, Sometimes it can be a bit of a food desert in my area here in Zanzibar. That could just be restaurants in general or shopping habits because I'm used to shopping a certain way since I grew up in the United States, or I'm used to just running to Chick-fil-A or Burger King or Wingstop or something whenever I want. And yes, there is fried chicken here. It's a slightly different style of fried chicken, but that's not fried chicken, but it is a beautiful. The sun's over there somewhere. Um, Maybe I'll stay on this side because I think Tide is coming in. Um, but what was I saying? Just different habits of doing things can sometimes be a drag when you're living abroad or when you're someplace new. Basically, change can be a drag. I promise I'm not speaking like a guru because I'm not a guru. I was talking to a friend of mine in Accra, Ghana. Um, Shout out to Migration. I think she's going by Migration Wellness now. Shout out to her. She and I were once laughing because during an interview I did with her, which is on this channel, by the way. It's a video interviewing someone living in Accra, Ghana, if you're looking on the channel. But she's pretty introverted, as I recall, kind of like myself. And she was saying how before moving abroad, she imagined herself to be a very calm individual. You also, bear with me, I'm not going to stay on here too long, but might lose signal sometimes depending on where I'm at. Depending on where I move, I could just move a few inches that way and I could lose signal, or that way and I could lose signal. But we were talking about how as introverted people we thought introverted or otherwise thought we were pretty calm people. But sometimes when you move abroad or just find yourself in a new situation, it tests you. That's why I'm bald, pulling my hair out. It's like, um, but it's a learning curve when change happens, basically. Whether it's a new job, um, whether it's a new country, whether it's a new car, you know. Yeah, there we go. Looks like I still got signal, so I can go back home that way. Just so I do not drop your phone in the ocean, Indian Ocean. Um, so yeah, it's just something I'm working on. In general, just keeping a cool head. You really need that. As it happens here in East Africa, a cool head prevails all the time. They're more rowdy and extroverted, for lack of a better term. In West Africa, here in East Africa, they're more cool, calm. Sometimes they talk really low, especially when something important is being said, because they don't like to give you bad news here. It's just their culture, it's just how it is. Um, and so, cool heads and calmness, and serenity and peace, salama, peace, is very much a priority here. So, if you're losing your cool, that can make it hard if you're navigating living in East Africa, if you're living in that part of the world. I just keep jumping back and forth because this is just beautiful. So it's just important to have a cool head. And so I'm just working on that. Um, we just, congratulations to everybody who completed their taxes. We still do our US taxes because we are still US citizens. And Daniel and I, as the managers of the LLC, um, have to do the taxes with our tax person, our CPA. And it can be kind of wild, making sure, trying to get everything organized, leaving no stone unturned. I'm just trying to see if there are any starfish. Starfish usually aren't inland like this. You got to go like way out there where there are sand dunes and stuff to be anywhere near like starfish or anything. We've seen some that when we went to like Memba Island and Pemba Island, Prison Island, stuff like that. Um, y'all know how doing taxes can stress you out. Super stressful. It's so bad for your blood pressure. I'm thankful Dad discovered the moringa seeds prior to moving abroad because they're very good. When we lived in Rwanda, while doing a checkup, I guess our first checkup abroad at the doctor's office, the doctor in Rwanda wasn't familiar with moringa seeds. And Dad had bought them via Amazon. I think you could access them in stores and out in nature in Rwanda. You can definitely do that here in Zanzibar, which is fire. So that's something Dad still does now. We've probably posted photos or something of like um, shelling the seeds or whatever the term is. Um, and so things like that can help. Oh, lost my. Hopefully, y'all can still hear me. My earphones. Hold up. Hopefully, the audio is still okay. But it's again, my dad meditates, so I think walking helps me meditate. Putting one foot in front of the other. I'm so glad I'm healed from the plantar fasciitis, even though it takes time. It's been over a year since I got that horrible foot tissue injury where I was basically bedridden for months. Um, that threatened to mess up my blood pressure. So I really had to learn to think positively. I thought I thought positively. Then when I moved abroad, and then when I got my foot injury, I was like, ooh, I'm not as cool, calm, and collected as I thought. But it's a learning curve. New levels, basically, stretch you, like stretching the fascia in your foot, like stretching your legs, one foot in front of the other. Um, so yeah, it's just something just trying to get better at. And oh, pull it. Somebody was jogging, and you might hear some people. Some people are out eating and enjoying they're enjoying the evening. So here's some more of my view. Maybe, maybe tide is going out, or maybe it's coming in. Here's more of my view. I'm surprised I still have signal right now. This is a blessing. So I give thanks. I'm glad. One thing I remember, I was talking to Evelyn about it. I remember how Dad used to have us do quiet time as little boys in between schoolwork. My mom homeschooled us, if you're new to our channel. And we were rowdy boys, as most little boys are growing up, bouncing all over the place, lots of energy. A little bit like these waves here. Lots of activity. And Dad one day got the idea to have us do quiet time. 30 minutes of quiet time. We just sit, maybe have a book. Sometimes, now in the beginning, we didn't always have a book. And it felt like torture. 30 minutes felt like 3 days of doing nothing. But after months and months and months, maybe even years, because it was so long ago, like we were young, maybe for me, since I'm the oldest, this might have happened between the ages of 6 and 10. That's a wide range, but yeah. Um, but you know what? I know I'm do that with my children, even if they're not bouncing all over the place. Just learning to meditate, have some quiet time is good for you. Because now I remember it all these years later. Because life is easy. There's so much going on in the world. Things have always been going on in the world. I just watched the historical epic movie called Kingdom of Heaven, starring Orlando Bloom. He's from those Pirates of the Caribbean movies, um, directed by Ridley Scott. Ridley Scott did the original Blade Runner, if you're into movies. But it's about the Crusades. Kingdom of Heaven was about the Crusades in this part of the world, in fact. And it was bloody, a bloody time. Why am I saying that? Because craziness was going on. People were facing crisis centuries and centuries ago. It's just you didn't know about it. Now we have YouTube shorts and the internet, data packages. Now we know. Can I zoom in? Yeah, I can. Isn't that cool? Airports over there. Going off to faraway places. Every time I see a ferry, or especially like every time I see a ferry on the ocean or a plane taking off, especially now, having lived abroad almost 5 years, I get so excited. I get so excited. Um, I just love, I just love travel. Um, Here's what it's kind of looking like. A little bit I head on back. If you feel like it, if you're still watching, chime in the comments. Just wondering where you're watching from. If you just joined, I'm gonna go in a little bit. Been going for about 15 minutes now. Somehow still have signal. I'm in Zanzibar right now. Just needed to get out of the house after doing a lot of computer work earlier. I was just talking about regulating my emotions. Life is crazy. Woo. Hey. Life is crazy, and we're connected to all of it now. Twitter and Facebook and YouTube, 24-hour news cycle. You know, it's hard to like escape. Greetings, Tracy. What's up? Blessings, fam. When's y'all's next scouting trip and where? Just wondering. Um, you may not want all your business out there, so you don't have to comment here if you don't want to. Maybe shoot us an email. We ain't talked to y'all in a while. I hope you're well. It was great to see you in my film workshop. I hope your daughter is doing well. I don't know if y'all watch the Oscars or any of that stuff, but I hope film classes and life is going well for her. It was great to see y'all in that class. Um, Shameless plug. If you're into movies and industry stuff, I also have my own channel called Josiah's Voice. Um, Josiah's Voice podcast. And I have a Patreon where I put up like exclusive videos with interviews of people in the film industry. So if you're watching this and you're interested in that, uh, just I guess send Awaken with Mark an email saying, hey, I'm interested in your Patreon, or I'm interested in your film podcast because I'm in the industry or want to get better in the industry. Josiah, can you just link me? Just email us. The email is awakenwithmark@gmail.com. It's in the description. Just trying to get better at being findable. That helps. I guess I better start walking back. She really did enjoy the workshop. Awesome. Maybe I can use that as a thumbnail. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I hope y'all are doing great, Miss Tracy. Miss Tracy and them been with us for a while. Well, we've been on YouTube almost 4 years, 5 years, something like that. I think y'all been with us since the beginning. What a blessing. Here's what I'm looking at. Actually, I think Tide might be going out. And somehow, Tracy, I still have signal out here. You know how it is in the States, you know, we're spoiled. We got signal everywhere, which is great. But here in Zanzibar, you know, it's a roll of the dice. It has been a while. Yes, it has. So it's a roll of the dice for if your phone has signal. That is your personal phone. This is my what's it called phone? My US phone. Look at that. Look at those colors. Look at that. Yeah, it's been a while, Miss Tracy. It's been a while. I hope y'all are good. I hope research for y'all's move continues to progress. Oh yeah, because yeah, I need to get ready to go. Let me do the right thing. Miss Tracy, we were introduced to her through YouTube comments as well as our first Move Abroad in 3 Easy Steps workshop. Actually, it was called something else back then. Thanks. Yeah, isn't that amazing? I'm taking photos to see if I can use for a better thumbnail for later. Um, yeah, so in 2 weeks, because yeah, what's today? Today's the 18th. May 18th is today. So May 30th, we are scheduled to host a Move Abroad in 3 Easy Steps workshop. So if you're curious about what it takes to move abroad, you want to talk to a family, because I'm here with my retired parents and my younger brother. He and I do remote work, including but not limited to online consulting for people who want to move abroad, as well as video editing work. I was talking about my film podcast and other stuff, different freelance work and stuff like that. Um, Also a blessing to live at home right now, currently with my family. I remember a lot of moguls were saying, because life is so crazy, hey, if you can move back in with your parents and they're not trying to kick you out, save money, get your feet back under you, and then launch back out into whatever it is you want to do. Daniel and I have been living that for a while, and it's been a blessing. Been a blessing. So yeah, May 30th. It's linked in the description. If you're curious or very serious about, okay, I just want to know where to start to move abroad. Bradley family, if you're new, that's our name. Can you help me, Dragonfly or something? Help me move abroad. Click the link in the description. There's a little intro video, a few little logistics, and then book your spot. So spots are limited, about 3 spots left. So May 30th. So yeah, let me show you a few more views and then I'm gonna head on home. But let me know in the comments how you're regulating your nervous system so that life doesn't drive you crazy. Because like I was saying, we're so connected now. Like it's a blessing y'all can watch me from around the world or wherever you're watching. But we're so connected now, like that line connected to that boat. We're kind of connected to too much information. And it can just be a lot, you know. That can get me sometimes, too much information on the news, worry about my LLC. Um, you name it. There's always something to be worried about. All right, it's getting dark, so I'm gonna get ready to go. I think the mosquitoes coming out. So, share your tips for regulating your nervous system. For me, one thing is meditating, and one way I do that is I take nature walks when I can, because it's always hot here in Zanzibar. So, yeah, Tracy, I cast ocean views on the TV. Ocean vibes calm me. I love that. See, I've always loved being near the water and being in nature. Thanks for that, Tracy. So, thanks for watching, guys. Again, if you're interested in working with us because you want to move abroad, if you're interested in that, check the link in the description for the Move Abroad in 3 Easy Steps online workshop. And I'll see you on the next video. Stay calm and live on. Peace and blessings.